What's up, guys? Alvaro here, and welcome to the bilingual stock market channel again. Let's go ahead and talk about some stocks and about what happened today in the markets. And today we had yet again another green day in the markets led by small caps because the Russell 2000 was the best performing index today, going up 2.65%. Nasdaq goes up 1.84%, Dow Jones goes up 0.97%, and the S&P 500 went up 1.23%. Reopening stocks also had a very solid day today with airlines, hotels, cruise lines, and so forth, showing very solid gains throughout the trading session. Crude oil goes down today 0.90%, and it closed today's trading session at $105. Gold goes down today 1.05%. Silver goes down 0.98%. The 10-year Treasury yield went down 3.11%, and the VIX, the volatility index, went down today 3.50%, and it closed today's trading session slightly below 19 points. So, and unlike yesterday, guys, you guys know that the markets rallied, that the markets went up yesterday, basically no good news. Earlier today, we got, I am going to quote over here, good news coming from Turkey. You know that the Ukrainians and Russians are holding negotiations as of now in Turkey. And according to both delegations, they are having constructive talks, and I am going to quote the word constructive, and the Russians supposedly said that they are going to reduce the attacks that they are carrying out as of now in Kyiv, the capital city of Ukraine. So that's good news. That seems to indicate that we might be getting closer to a peace deal in Ukraine. The markets obviously liked the news, and that's the main reason why we saw another green day today in the markets based on good news, unlike yesterday. Keep in mind, guys, that on Thursday we are going to have the very last day of Q1 of 2022, March 31st. And remember, keep in mind that usually towards the end of every single quarter, the big money of Wall Street, the big hedge funds, used to rebalance their portfolios. So we might see some sort of volatility because of portfolio rebalancing tomorrow and also on Thursday. That is something to keep in mind. If we take a look at the sectors of the market, the best performing sector today by a long shot was real estate. It went up 2.93%. But other than real estate, guys, the other sectors that showed a solid performance today were expensive sectors, higher multiple sectors. Technology goes up today 2.12%. Communication services goes up 1.74%. Shout out to Netflix and Facebook, which had a very solid day today. And consumer discretionary goes up today 1.74%. Shout out to Tesla and Amazon. The worst performing sector today, and this was actually the only sector that closed today's trading session in negative territory, was energy, which went down 0.26%, basically because we still have lockdowns in China, and obviously that is going to reduce the global demand of oil. Obviously, we're talking about the second economy of the world. And guys, the financial sector was the second worst performing sector today. It goes up 0.23%. So today something interesting happened, guys. The 2-year versus 10-year yield curve inverted for the first time since 2019. So we are starting to see a lot of concerns out there when it comes to a possible recession that we might be having in the US in the upcoming months. And I actually saw with my own eyes today the big financial media making the case that the fact that the yield curve is inverting is basically the preamble of a possible recession. If the economy of the US happens to go into a recession, then obviously one of the sectors that is going to be let's say, very affected in a negative way is going to be the financial sector. So as long as we have recession concerns, we can expect the financial sector to be under pressure. If we take a look at the advances and declines distribution, we can confirm that the small caps killed till today, guys, because we find 5,562 stocks going up and 2,079 stocks going down. Now I want to show you quickly the trades that I closed in today's trading session. Coinbase, I have been taking trades on Coinbase left and right. Today I purchased 85 shares at $195.45, paying $16,886, and this was a quick trade. You guys know that I believe that the indices are already overextended, that the markets in general terms are overbacked, so I am expecting for some sort of retracement, for some sort of pullback, so I decided to close this trade quickly today. So I sold out of my 85 shares at $200.41, and I was paid $17,035. I ended up making over here $150, and with Lucid Motors, I also closed a trade that I started yesterday. So yesterday I purchased 200 shares of Lucid at $25.08. I paid $5,015 in. Today I closed this position at $25.91, and I was paid $5,182. I made over here $167. So in summary, I ended up making today $317. S&P 500 goes up today 1.23%, and it closed today's trading session at 4,631 points. So, and full disclosure, guys, I am sure the S&P 500, I purchased 200 shares of SPXS a bit before the trading session closed. So I am officially sure the S&P 500 because I believe that this index is getting very overheated, and I think that we are very likely to see at least a slight pullback when it comes to the most important index of the US. So I'm thinking, guys, that if we happen to see, as I just said, a slight pullback in the case of the S&P, the bulls are likely to find support at 4,600. So I am not even talking about a debacle over here. I just want to make some bucks in case of a retracement. Remember that 4,600 points happens to be an area of resistance in which the bulls of the S&P failed on 2 occasions in early February. So this is an important spot for the bulls, and I think that they might find some support over there. If that support happens to be broken to the downside, the next destination for the bulls, and needless to say, this is going to be the most important task for the bears, is going to be the 100-day moving average at 4,550 points. As of now, guys, and from a technical standpoint, and since the bulls already reconquered all the major moving averages, 50 SMA, 180 SMA, 200-day moving average, and 100-day moving average, then from a technical standpoint, the bulls are once again in control of the S&P. So the main task that the bears need to carry out in order to get back in the game would be taking on the 100-day moving average, as I just said, at 4,550 points. So I am going to be closing the position that I opened today on SPXS at either 4,500, or if that support, if I happen to, let's say, notice that support looks weak, or if that support happens to be broken to the downside right away, as soon as it is tested, then my next target in the case of the short position that I opened today is going to be the 100-day moving average, as I just said, at 4,550 points. And now let's go ahead and take a look at the NDX, the Nasdaq 100, which went up today 1.68%, and it closed today's trading session at 15,239 points. So we are at a critical spot over here, guys. The bulls managed to close today slightly above the 100-day moving average. That implies this is the very last major moving average that they need to reconquer. That implies that they are gaining, that they are regaining control of the Nasdaq 100. However, and as I just said in the case of the S&P, the NDX is very overheated. We can see the RSI at 77 points. So in the case of the NDX, I am also expecting a pullback. However, what happens if the bulls keep on pushing higher? What would be the next important gap for the bulls of the NDX? That is going to be 15,670 points. We are talking about a former area of resistance back from August and September of last year. So for the bulls, In order to be able to fill this gap, we are talking about a push to the upside of almost 3%. This would require very good news, guys. I don't know, maybe a ceasefire in Ukraine, because the NDX as of now is very overheated. So I don't think that this gap is going to be filled right away. I am thinking about a retracement in the case of the NDX back to, or down to, rather, to 15,000 points. 15,000 points happens to be a previous area of resistance back from early February. In the case of the bears, they just, I mean, the most immediate task that they need to carry out would be preventing the bulls from starting to consolidate slightly above the 100-day moving average, slightly above 15,200 points. Because if that were to happen, guys, and as I just said in the case of the S&P, that implies that the bulls of the NDX are definitely regaining control of the Nasdaq 100, and below the 100-day moving average, then the NDX is still looking a bit bearish. Now let's go ahead and take a look at Micron, which is going to be the first stock of this video, which is reporting earnings today. Take a look at this push to the upside. So I think, I guess that Micron killed it. Micron is trading as of now, let me see, 5%. After hours, it is up after hours 5%. So let me pull up here the live news tab and let's see what happened here in the case of this value stock of the semiconductor industry. Where is the information? Okay, EPS came in at $2.14, beating the estimate of $1.97. Sales came in at $7.79 billion, beating the estimate of $7.52 billion. So they beat on both, guys. Top and bottom line, very good. And when it comes to guidance, EPS for Q3, for the quarter that is going on as of now, Micron sees EPS between $2.36 up to $2.56 versus $2.21 estimate. So they also beat on guidance when it comes to EPS, and sales came in, or rather, Micron sees sales for the quarter that is going on as of now. Sales, so they see sales between $8.5 billion up to $8.9 billion versus $8.06 billion estimate. So they beat across the board, guys. EPS, sales, guidance. Do they mention anything about Ukraine and stuff? Micro CEO says expect increase in cost due to Russia-Ukraine war. So that's not necessarily positive. But they are actually up guiding, guys. So very solid report for Micron. Let me pull up here the 4-hour chart and what could be potentially happening over here tomorrow. RSI at 70 points. That's a bit concerning. We have the 100-day moving average at $84. Micron is trading after hours at $85. So, and taking into account that they posted a very solid earnings report, watch out for a process of consolidation in the case of Micron, slightly above $84. That might be a sign that the bulls are gathering momentum in order to fill the next important gap up to $88. We are talking about a former area of resistance back from November and December of last year. So from this 100-day moving average near $84.80 or $85 up to $88-ish, we are looking at a 3% profit. This stock is going to be on the very top of my personal watch list tomorrow, no doubt about it, guys. Very solid earnings report. This is a value stock inside the semiconductor ETF. So, what I want to mean by that, guys, is that this is not an expensive stock. This is not Nvidia. This is not AMD. This is not a higher multiple stock when it comes to semiconductors. They posted a very solid report, and they also pay a dividend. The Micron is going to be on the top of my watch list tomorrow, no doubt about it. Sndl growers, they were supposed, sorry guys, to post earnings today. Let's see if they did. By the way, Sndl went down today during regular trading hours, 6.81%, and it closed today's trading session at 72 cents. Let me pull up here the 1 day, 1 minute chart. They aren't doing much after hours. So is the report out over here? Let's see. Bullish sentiment across the cannabis space. I don't see anything, guys, and they were supposed to report earnings today. Yeah, earnings on March 29th after market. But I don't see anything over here. Top New Jersey, no. So I guess that the report isn't out yet. Let me pull up here the 4-hour chart. And I mean, what can I say about Sndl growers, guys? As of now, the bulls are trading slightly above the 200-day moving average at 68 cents. But if I pull up the 3-year chart, Sndl isn't I mean, this is a stock that, figure this, I mean, Sndl hit 13 bucks in August of 2019. So as of now, Sndl is how much? 95% of the highs. I'm going to take a look at the earnings report just out of curiosity. But obviously, this is not a stock that I can tell you guys anything when it comes to technicals to take a short-term trade because, I mean, what can I say about Sndl over here, guys? Nothing other than maybe, yeah, Sndl is above the 200-day moving average at 68 points. Watch out for a process of consolidation slightly above 68 cents because if that were the case, the bulls might gather momentum. Might be gathering momentum to make another push higher and maybe fill the next gap up to 94 cents from 64 cents up to 93 cents. We're looking at a 25% profit, but this is not a stock that I am willing to touch below $3 or $4. So later on today, I am going to take a look at the earnings report of Sndl growers that as of now isn't available yet. Sofi is going to be the third stock of this video. Goes up today 9.62% and it closed today's trading session at $10.14 and it looks like Sofi is back from the dead, guys. And take a look at $10.20. This is a very important spot. $10.20 happens to be a previous area of resistance back from mid-March and also a previous area of resistance back from early March. And take a look at how the 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart is very, but very close to $10.20. So I'm thinking, guys, despite the fact that the RSI is getting a bit elevated, 67 points, I'm thinking that if the bulls of Sofi can start to consolidate slightly above $10.20, they have a first shot of taking on the 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart at $10.50 and then fill the next important gap up to $11.20. $11.20 happens to be a previous area of support back from late January. So from $10.24, $10.25 up to $11.30 ish, we are looking at a 10% profit. So this is another stock that we need to keep a close watch on. As of now, the bulls of Sofi already reconquered the 50 SMA on the 4-hour chart. So, as I just said, guys, any process of consolidation slightly above $10.20 is a buy signal in the case of Sofi. And the last stock of this video is going to be AMC Entertainment, the talk of the town today once again. AMC goes up today 0.38% and it closed today's trading session at $29.44. So guys, I want to pull up here quickly the 1-day, 1-minute chart. Take a look at the spot in which the pulls of AMC were rejected today, $34. And mind you, once the bulls were rejected, as soon as the trading session opened at $34, AMC collapsed and it got halted at $29. It looks like we had a bunch, but I mean a bunch of sell orders at $34. And why? Well, because I have been telling you guys that as of now, guys, in the case of AMC, we have buyers trapped all over the place. $30, $34, $36, $45, all over the place. So, as of now, the RSI of AMC is very elevated, 88 points. So, AMC is still due for a pullback. I'm thinking, and this is something that I told you in the video that we posted yesterday, that $26 might be an interesting spot in order to try to take a short-term trade on AMC, because I think that if we happen to see a quick drop, a quick visit down to $26, a previous area of support that acted as such on 2 occasions back in December. This might be a zone, a level in which AMC is likely to come across with buyers. And from $26 up to $30, we are looking at an 18% profit, needless to say $34, in which case we're looking at a 25% profit. But be careful with AMC. This is a trade that we need to start placing a very tight stop loss. And how high can AMC go, guys, when we have a situation in which we have, but I mean a lot of buyers trapped all over the place when it comes to AMC? So the brutal rejection that we saw today at $34 is very likely to happen today at higher levels, guys. $40, $45, needless to say $50 or $60 if we still have buyers trapped in such high levels in the case of AMC Entertainment. And with AMC, I am going to wrap up this video. Thank you very much for your attention, and thank you very much for hanging out with me once again. Remember and keep in mind, guys, that here on the Bilingual Stock Market channel, we are posting stock market update videos Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, 3 or 4 hours after the market closes. So if you want to get all of the notifications of all of our videos in a timely manner, you have to be subscribed to this YouTube channel, but you also need to activate the notification bell right up there. Follow us on Instagram as well, guys, at Bilingual Stock Market. And remember that this is the Bilingual Stock Market channel, the YouTube channel, in which we talk about the markets, but we do things differently because we talk about the markets in 2 different languages, English and Spanish. So you can pick your preferred language, but most importantly, this is the YouTube channel in which we know that the wonderful world of Wall Street is not for geniuses, it is for entrepreneurs, just like you guys and myself. My name is Alvaro, and I will see you guys on Thursday once again, 3 or 4 hours after the market closes. Peace out.